What is the greatest lie ever created? What is the most vicious obscenity ever perpetrated on mankind? Slavery? The Holocaust? Dictatorship? No. It's the tool with which all the wickedness is built, altruism. Whenever anyone wants others to do their work, they call upon their altruism. Never mind your own seeds, they say. Think of the needs of whoever. The state, the poor, of the army, of the king, of God. The list goes on and on. How many catastrophes were launched with the words, "Think of yourself"? It's the king and country crowd who light the torch of destruction. It is this great inversion, this ancient lie which has chained humanity to an endless cycle of guilt and failure. My journey to rapture was my second exodus. In 1919, I fled a country that had traded in despotism for insanity. The Marxist revolution simply traded one lie for another. Instead of one man, the Tsar, owning the work of all the people own the work of all the people. So I came to America, where a man could own his own work, where a man could benefit from the brilliance of his own mind, the strength of his own muscle, the might of his own will. I had thought that I'd left the parasites of Moscow behind me. I had thought I'd left the Marxist altruists to their collective farms and their 5-year plans. But as the German fools threw themselves on Hitler's sword for the good of the Reich, the Americans drank deeper and deeper of the Bolshevik poison spoon-fed to them by Roosevelt and his New Dealists. And so I asked myself, in what country was there a place for men like me? Men who refused to say yes to the parasites and the doubters. Men who believed that work was sacred and property rights invaluate. And then one day, the happy answer came to me. My friends, there was no country for people like me. And that was the moment I decided to build one. What is the difference between a man and a parasite? A man builds. A parasite asks, "Where is my share?" A man creates. A parasite says, "What will the neighbors think?" A man invents. A parasite says,
"Watch out, you might tread on the toes of God."
I am Andrew Ryan, and I am here to ask you a question. Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? No, says the man in Washington, it belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow, it belongs to everyone. I rejected those answers. Instead, I chose something different. I chose the impossible. I chose Rapture. A city where the artist would not fear the censor, where the scientist would not be bound by petty morality, where the great would not be constrained by the small. And with the sweat of your brow, Rapture can become your city as well. We all make choices, but in the end our choices make us. The assassin has overcome my final line of defense, and now he plans to murder me. In the end, what separates a man from a slave? Money? Power? No. A man chooses. A slave obeys. You think you have memories. A farm, a family, an airplane, a crash. And then this place. Was there really a family? Did that airplane crash? Or was it hijacked? Forced down. Forced down by something less than a man. Something bred to sleepwalk through life unless activated by a simple phrase spoken by their kindly master. Come in. Stop. Would you kindly? Would you kindly? Powerful phrase. Familiar phrase? Sit. Would you kindly? Stand. Would you kindly? Run. Stop. Turn. Was a man sent to kill, or a slave? Kill! A man chooses. A slave obeys. Obey! Even in a book of lies, sometimes you find the truth. There is indeed a season for all things, and now that I see you flesh to flesh and blood to blood, I know I cannot raise my hand against you. But know this, you are my greatest disappointment. Does your master hear me? Atlas! You can kill me, but you will never have my city. My strength is not in steel and fire. That is what the parasites will never understand. A season for all things. A time to live and a time to die. A time to build and a time to destroy.